So we discussed on this table and fields creation that's completed, and we'll talk about related list today. So related list. So related list contains the list of records related to the parent record. Okay. So we've already seen what do you mean by related list. So you take any table, say incident, not incident. Let's go to users table. Open any of the user account. Scroll all the way down, and you see there are some tabs here. These are called related list, and on each of the tab, right, we call technically it as a related list. On each related list we have records, list of records. All these list of records are related to this user account. All these list of records, it could be any record, all these list of records are related to this record. So this is called parent record, and these are all related records to this parent record. Okay. So likewise, we'll also establish a related list on our table. Okay. On our table. So here, these are all the required roles for this user. So all these records are stored in a table. Okay. So on this filter, right click, open new window, click on this. So here, so these are all the list of records related to this test user. I mean, total 32 roles related to this user, and all these roles and user combinations are stored in this table. This user has a roles list. Okay. So a related list of records are present on some table. So this is one of the tables, right, of the related list for the user record. Similarly, we'll take up some table and we'll create a related list. We'll take up some table and use that table as a related list to show list of records related to this parent record. So let's take any table. So let me just check for existing tables. So we need two tables. One is the parent table and other is the related list. Okay, for which there should be some table to show all the list of records. So let's check for other table. You can take any table, okay, no problem. Right, I think should be good. Let's take this table. Okay, my custom table 4. So you can take any table. You can create a similar table. Okay, any random fields, and you can add the fields on the table and then you can use it. So right now, this is one of the existing tables in my instance. This is not out of the box table. This is a custom table. Okay, you can create a table similar to this, and you can auto populate the number on the table, and then you can create some of the fields like reference fields or list fields or string fields. Any table you can take basically, or else you can also take this table. the table which we created by extending task table, right? So that table also you can take, no issues. Take this one. I think this table also you can take, no problem. But there should be some records on this table. You can create the records manually and you can use it. Okay. So now observe carefully. So I'm taking this table. So it's a normal table like any other table. I'm taking it here. So establishing related establishing related list. So now use case is create a new related list on the table. Which table? So this table, and related list table should be okay. So this is what the so there are a few steps here for establishing the relationships or related list. So observe carefully here. So first step, navigate to the relationships. Create an entry in the relationships. Okay, with below info. Select apply on the table with query from. Okay. So before that, there's one more step. Create a field called parent record on the table. On which table? A related list table. Okay, a related list table. So there's a first step. Create a reference field. And reference this field to the table. So reference it to parent table. Okay. Write the query condition to filter the records on the related list. So these are all the steps that we need to do to establish the related list. So we'll do one by one, so we'll understand it very clearly. So first step is create a reference field called parent record on the table, right? So go to this table. So whichever the table that you're selecting as a related list table, go to that table. I can mention a related list table. So I can go to this table from the navigator. Right? So I'll create a new field here on this table. So what's the field name? Parent record. So create a field of type reference and say the name as parent record. So reference it to the table. Which table? So this table. So this is your parent table. So reference it to the table. Just give me a minute. So field is created on the related list table, and I can see it is reference to the parent table. I have records very less, so I need to create few records to make sure that we see a proper relationship, right? So go to our parent table first. So whichever the records which doesn't have any number, delete them. They're not required. Can delete them. Create few more records, right? Remove the short description, default value. Okay. Create few more records. So these are the records which I have created on this table. So these are the list of records. So that's the first step. So we created a field on this table. Second step, navigate to the relationships. So from the application navigator, go to the relationships. So under system definition, you see relationships. Open this. So here we need to create an entry to establish a related list. So these are all the list of related list across various tables. So let's try creating a relationship for our table here. So we'll create an entry, click on new. Follow the steps mentioned here. So create an entry in the relationships with the below information. So this is a new form, okay, that you can add the details and create a entry. So give some meaningful name. So I can say child MCT for my custom table for, right? So I'll say child MCT4 records. So this is the name of the relationship I'm giving here. Okay. Name of the related list. So next, select the apply on or apply to table, apply to table and query from table. So select apply to table with this table. What is this table actually? This is the table of the parent table. So where you are actually creating the related list on the parent table, that is this table. Test table 9a 2.0. So select the table here. Applies to table should be the parent table. Copy the name. Right. So select the table and select the field query from table. Query from table. So from which table you're querying the records, you're showing the records. From which table you're showing the records on the related list? From this table, right? My custom table 4. So from this table, you're showing the records on the related list, correct? So now use this table as the query the records. So from query from table, select that table from which you are showing the list of records. So this is a table. Now save it. Most important, people get confused here. So applies to table, the parent table. On which table you are actually creating related list? So this is a parent table. Next, queries from table means on the related list you are showing list of records, right? From which table you are showing those list of records? Select the table here. Getting it? So now, so save it. Now go to our parent table. So this is our parent table, right? Open any of the record. So this is completed. So fourth step we'll do. And before that, what we'll do is add the related list from the form context menu options. Configure related list. So add the related list on the table. Which table? On 9 a.m. table. So you have to add it manually. So we created the relationship, so we have to add it manually. It won't appear by default. So on this particular parent table, so right click on the form context menu, configure a related list. Click on this. So this is the related list we created, right? So this is the related list we created. Add it from left to right. Add it, save it. So you will see the related list is showing up here. Getting it? So it is showing no records to display here. Just a moment. Right. How come this is applied here? Child MCT4 records. Configure related list. No, this is the wrong one. So this is the one which we created, right? Add it here. So check with the name. So add the correct one. So right. So related list is added here. It's showing up here. So only created field is showing up in the personalized list. You can personalize your list here. Add few more fields. So these are all the fields showing up from the child table or a related list table. Say short description, status, and parent record, right? Created by, right? So these are all the list of records showing up from the my custom table 4. But these are all not related to this parent. They are all the records, 21 records showing up. So whichever the parent record you open, you will see 21 records. So you see all the 21 records. For all the records, you will see 21 records only. For all the parent records, you will see 21 related list of records showing up here, but that's not correct. So we need to filter these records, okay, based upon the parent record. So whichever are the child records related to the parent, only they should be shown in the related list. Do not show any unrelated records on the parent record related list. Now observe carefully here. Go to your child table. So this is a child table, right? So refresh MCT4. This is MCT4. What you will do is just add some record on this field, parent record field, right? So reference it to some record. I'm referencing it to this record, right? So I'm referencing to this record. Now save. Likewise, reference the records. There are many mandatory fields, so let's try fill them. So now observe carefully. So this is our related list table. So what is the field that we added? Parent record, right? So group by that field, group by parent record. See here. So these two records are related to this parent. These two records are related to this parent. So these two records are related to this parent, and these two records are related to this parent. There are still 18 records which are not related to any parent. So we'll talk about them in some time. Now the case here is open this parent record, open this parent record as well. Close all the other tabs. See here. Just a minute. Add the field here. There will be some confusion. Okay. So try to understand. So now open this parent. So this parent record is related to only two child records, right? This parent record is related to only these two child records. So this is a parent, but I see 22 records showing up on this related list. I should show only two records. Only these two records should be shown in the related list. Similarly, open this parent, right? So this parent record, okay, 1002 is related to only two child records. But if you open this, you will see 22 records again showing up here. That means I need to filter these records only uh, to show only the related list of child records. I don't want to see all the unrelated records here. I want to see only the related records. So in order to show the related records, you have to write a query condition to filter the list of records in the related list. Please let me know if anybody is not able to understand. So we need to write a filter the records on the related list. So we'll do that. So up till now, is it clear? So we created a field on the child table, and then we related few of the parent records on the child records, and then created a relationship entry, these conditions, right, with these details, and then added the related list from the on the form context menu through configure related list. We added the right related list so that the related list is appearing on this table. Up till now, is it clear, everybody?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Others?
Is
Right. So now we'll see how to filter these records. So go to the relationship again. Go to our entry. So this is our relationship entry, right? Refresh. So you see here you should write a condition through a script. You have to write a script to build some condition in order to filter the list of records on the related list. So we have to write some script here. It's a single line syntax, very simple. So we'll have to write that syntax to filter the records on the related list. So there is already an example given here. So add your code here such as, so current dot add query parent field comma value. So similar to this, but to write the condition. Getting it? So observe carefully. Current and then parent are the parameters here. Current means, so we are trying to filter the records where on the child table. On the child table, that is on the related list, we are trying to filter the related list of records that is on the child table. Getting it? So here we need to filter the list of records. So let me close all unnecessary tabs. Right. So this is our related list of records. I call it as child records. So we need to filter the child records. So current indicates child records. Parent indicates parent record. So using these parameters, you can call a child records or the parent records. Getting it? So observe carefully now. I'm applying the condition here. So use the same condition. Current means child records. Add query means adding the condition. So here, what condition you want to add? You have to add it here. Field comma value. So how do you want to filter the records? Based on which field? So you have a field called parent record. See here, there's a field called parent record. So for this record 1021, there is no parent, there is no list of related child records. Go to this particular record, it will be very clear. So for this parent, these are the two child records. These are the two child records. Now, based on which field the records can be filtered now? So based on parent record field. So on this parent record field, you have to pass the value as the parent record sys ID. Observe carefully here. So now copy, apply the filter condition. Parent record is, sorry, just a moment. See here. So this kind of filter condition we need to write. So on this particular table, we have to apply this kind of filter condition. So parent record equal to, so this is a reference field, right? Always references to the parent record. So which always stores the sys ID of the parent record, because the reference field always stores sys IDs. So this field now stores the sys ID of the parent referenced record. So we need to build this kind of condition so that you will see the right filtered records on the child table. So go to the relationship. So copy this syntax, use it as it is, don't change. Okay. So now current dot add query, keep it as it is. Field, which field we actually are looking for filtering the records? Parent record. So copy the field name, copy the field name. So this is a field name, copy. So in place of field, give that field name. Okay. Value. This field is storing what? Basically, it is storing the reference of the parent record. So now the reference means sys ID. Always stores the sys ID. So now call it with parent keyword parent dot sys ID, sys underscore ID. Great. Parent underscore sysid. So this is a simple condition that you can add as a condition. Now, so this is a parent record, right? Now refresh. See now, the records are filtered. So these two are the records related to the parent. Go to any other record. So this is 1021. Refresh. So to this record, I don't see any records related because no relationship with this record and the child records. No childs are related to the parent. Next, refresh. So this record is related to two child records. Great. Now, for example, if you want to create new records, you can create new child records. Parent record is by default populated. Submit. Now you see three records are related. Likewise, you can build this kind of relationship across the parent and the child records. I've taken more time to explain it, but it is very simple topic. Okay. So if you understand these steps very clearly, then that's the end of the topic. Okay. So I have elaborated more about these steps to make you understand. So now you can see the child records here. So you can relate the childs to existing childs to any of the parent, right? Add the parent record for the list of records, right? So if you open this record, you will see the related child records for this particular parent. Is this clear, guys? So this is how you can build the related list. So we have created only single related list. Similarly, you can create multiple related list, add them onto the form using configure related list. Select the related list which you created. Okay, add it onto the related list. Any questions? Very important and very simple topic.
Dilip, if we are not applying a query,
Hmm.
the related list are showing all the related list, right?
Right.
If we are applying the query only, then only we can filter, right?
Correct.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions? Anybody? Right. So with this, we are good on the tables. We'll come back to this related list. We have few development related use cases. We'll come back to these during the development. So we can start a new topic called catalog items. Already we started, but we switched back to the tables. Right. So catalog items are used to order goods and services and raise a request. Okay, from the ServiceNow portal. So I've given the background already, how the catalog items hierarchy structure is, and what generally the process is. So whenever you raise a request through the catalog items, you will see a request is generated on the request table, and for the request you will see an RITM record gets generated called requested item. And for each requested item, you will see catalog tasks associated. Getting it? For those who did not attend that session, we can discuss it right now. How many of you missed that class that day? Has anyone missed catalog items introduction class previously? Am I audible?
Yes, Dilip.
Yeah. Anybody missed? Please let me know. Everybody attended that session, catalog items introduction class. Right. So catalog items are used to raise a request. I can set tickets as well from the end users portal. Okay. It follows a hierarchy structure called catalog, category, and then catalog item. This is what the hierarchy structure followed for placing the item in the portal. And when you raise a request through the catalog item, you will see a request is generated. Okay. On the table sc underscore request. So request is generated on this table. And when you open this request, you will see a requested item. Record is generated. In short, we call it as RATM, and it is created on the table called sc underscore req underscore item. And every requested item is associated with catalog tasks. Okay. In short, we call them as SC tasks. They're generated on the table called sc underscore task. So this is on the table sc underscore request. You call it as REQ in short. Okay. So if you want to navigate to the service portal, out of the box service portal, navigation to the service portal. So type sp after .com. Okay. After .com / type sp and hit enter. So here after .com / type sp. So this is the out of the box service portal. So this is the out of the box service portal, and here so this is a completely different view. Okay, and the platform I can say. So this is called native view and this is called service portal. This is called classic view or native view or core tool view, right? And this is called service portal. So this is an out of the box service portal. So service portals can also be customized. So organizations or the projects will use customized service portal as well. Not only the out of the box, they'll be using customized service portal based upon their business requirement. So now let's understand few things here. So how do I raise a request? So click on this request something. And on the left side, you see list of categories. So these are all the list of categories. You can go to any of the categories, say software, click on this, and you see list of cards or tiles here. So this is each and every card or tile is nothing but catalog item. Click on any of the catalog item. So this is the catalog item and I can place the order. So this is the name of the catalog item. This is a short description of the catalog item, detailed description or specifications about this item. This is the picture of this item, and I can see quantity, how many quantities you want to order this. So from 1 to 10, you'll have the quantities you can select. Pricing, it is $50 per quantity. Delivery time is 2 days. So these are all the options you can see, similar to that of shopping cart, shopping e-commerce websites, right? So similar to that, you also have this correlation here. You can correlate this with that, like Amazon, Flipkart. But there you have the you can place the order to the products, right? But here in ServiceNow, these are all organizational related request, organizational related catalog items. Cannot order something like a mobile phone or any fashion related stuff using this. These are all related to the organization's business. End users can put up a request related to the organization's some requirement or some request or some laptop replacement or mouse replacement. If they want to have some new software to be installed on their laptop, right? So they can use this application within the project environment. They can place the order. So that will be assigned to some the request will be assigned to some team. They'll work on it and they'll get back. You can just correlate to that of Amazon or Flipkart, but the process here is different. So now add to cart, using which you can add this order item to the cart. So item will be added onto the cart. So you can check that. So this is the item that we just added. So proceed to checkout, and for whom you're raising. So sometimes service desk users will raise a request for other users on behalf of other users. Service desk people, they will raise a request. So for which user this request has to be raised, you can select that username here. If you are requesting for yourself, let it be as it is. Otherwise, you can select some other username here for whom you are raising a request. Click on checkout. So as soon as you click on checkout, order is placed, and you can see this is a request generated. So as I said, whenever the item is ordered, a record is created on the request table, and it is called REQ. So REQ, some number. Open this from the native view, search it. So this is a request, and for whom it is raised, for this user. When was this raised? On this date and time. Who opened it? This user. And this is an open state, automatically approved. So this request is automatically approved. It did not trigger any approval. Now, so there were two items basically in the uh, cart. So for those two items, the request got raised. So this request has been associated with two cart items. Open any of the RATM. As I said, every request will be associated with RATM. In this case, we placed an order for the two items together. So that's the reason you're seeing two RATM records. But in general, we'll be raising request only for single item at once. So we'll see only one RATM. So open the RATM record. So this is called requested item record, which is created on a table called SCREQ item. SCREQ item. So now, so this is item we placed an order. This is a request which is associated with this RATM, for whom this request is raised, for this user. And when was this opened? On this date and time. Who opened it? This user. And it is also automatically approved, and it is in open state. So there are different states here. Open, and once the work is started on this requested item, even the team will change the status to work in progress, right? And then if there is any pending information from some team or from user, so they can change this, the team can change the status to pending. Once the request work is completed, once the fulfillment is completed, status will be changed to close complete. Now before that, so for this RATM, there will be some tasks associated. So catalog task associated. Getting it? So it is created on the table called SC task. Open this catalog task. So it is created on the table called SC task. And so this task is associated to this RATM. And there is no approval for this task. And it is assigned to a team called procurement. And now status. So this task is assigned to this team. Team will start working on this task. They'll change the status to work in progress. And once they complete this work on the task, they'll change the status to close complete. Getting it? So once it is changed to close complete, click on update or close task. So one more task is generated. Like this, multiple tasks they get generated for an RATM once all the tasks are completed or closed. So I'm closing it here right away. Subsequent task gets generated here. We'll talk more in detail in the next class, but this is just a high level. Refresh. So like this, tasks will be generated to the teams. So teams will work on the tasks. So once all these tasks are completed, you can see the RATM is closed. You can see the RATM is completed or closed. Getting it? So whenever this RATM is closed, a request also will be closed automatically. You can see the request. It is not changed, but whenever we configure any workflow, we'll have to close this request as well. So we'll be creating a separate catalog item for our development, and we'll be configuring separate workflow for the catalog item or separate flow designer for the catalog item. We'll customize this. Okay, in total, we'll not use out of the box workflow. We'll customize it as per our wish. Right. So this is how the request is raised and then it is completed. So in between, these are all the things happen. The catalog task creation, it will be assigned to various teams work on it, they close it, and then RATM will be closed and request will be closed automatically. Any questions up till now? Anybody has any questions? All right, guys, we'll connect tomorrow. We'll continue. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.